Okay, so for my relationship analysis, I selected the film The Blind Side that follows the two main characters of Michael Orr and Leanne Toohey. So to give a brief overview of the characters, Leanne Toohey is a Memphis, Tennessee native. She has a wife, Tashawn, mother to two children, Collins and SJ. Collins is a senior in high school. She's about the same age as Michael, and SJ is a middle school aged boy, and she is a successful interior designer, a devout Christian. She has the biggest heart, but it is seen multiple times throughout the film that she is not afraid to speak her mind and stand up for what she believes in. Leanne is actually the first one who takes in Michael. And then Michael also goes by Big Mike in the beginning of the film. Everyone who sees Michael is honestly intimidated by him because of his big stature, hence the name Big Mike. He has gone in and out of foster homes since he was a child, and his caretaker at the time could not take care of him anymore, brought him to Briarcrest to keep him in a good school, and then that's how he caught the attention of the Tuohys. Michael is very kind, very soft-hearted, soft-spoken, but overall very protective. So another overview of just the film. So one night after school play, Leanne sees Michael walking home. It's a very cold and wet night, and she had seen Michael before around school when she picked up her kids, and so she starts talking to him, and she decides to bring him home after recognizing that he is homeless. So Michael starts to stay with the Tuohys for just a few nights, and that soon becomes permanent. The Tuohys just work hard to help Michael do well in school, build a relationship with him, encourage him to be involved in football, and help him to graduate and get a college scholarship. So let's take a look at the relationship between Leanne and the rest of the Tuohys and Michael. So the first example we see is of interdependence, and an interdependence is a state which in each person's behavior affects everyone else in the relationship. This is seen in the film several times. At first, when Leanne decides to bring Michael into their home, not only did this affect her, it affected her husband, her two children, and everyone had to adjust having Michael live with them. Definitely took some time for a few. It did not take a lot of time for their youngest son, SJ. Another example that we see of interdependence is when he decides to start playing football at Briarcrest. The whole family gets involved with helping him practice and getting recruited and noticed by colleges. And SJ, the youngest of the Tuohys, decides that he wants to work with Michael one-on-one. He does this by recording him and while helping him see his films, and helps him by sending those to colleges to help him get recruited. Another example we see is of social commitment. When Leanne first took in Michael, he was just very closed off and shy. It was obvious that he had a past, but he never wanted to open up about this. Leanne just respected that, and over time things started to come up from his past. I think the more Leanne loved him and supported him, he just started to confide more in her. In this scene, we see that Michael had been sleeping on the Tuohy's couch for the past couple weeks, and Leanne finally decided to turn in their guest bedroom into his room. So she makes this really personal for him by buying him furniture, getting him a bed. She'd already bought him clothes before this, so everything was just Michael. And in this scene, we can see Michael said, "I've never had one before." Leanne says, "What, a room to yourself?" And he says, "No, a bed." And that's just kind of Michael's personality and his style of the way that he brings things up from his past, just in little blips like that. It's not ever a really big personal moment. It's just kind of in passing. So another example we see is a legal and financial commitment. The Tuohys obviously became really close to Michael. He was basically already a part of his family, but one day when Michael mentioned that he wanted his driver's license, Leanne tried to track down his birth certificate. With no success, the Tuohys considered adopting Michael just so that they could help him, and because he would need his birth certificate at some point. Leanne just didn't feel right about adopting Michael without his mom's permission, so she found his mother and got his mother's permission. The Tuohys eventually adopted Michael, agreeing to be his legal guardians, even though he was already at a really late age. He was already about 18, I believe. And lastly, we know in life that every relationship will cost you either emotionally, physically, or even financially, sometimes all of them. The Tuohys helped Michael get his grades up by hiring a tutor so that they could help him graduate. They also helped him train extensively for football. In the end, there were great rewards for the efforts. Michael grew a deeper love for his family and ended up being recruited to play college football at Ole Miss. And so there were financial cost and emotionally and physically, of course, for both. But in the end, it was just a great reward. So yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. And it's a great film. I hope you check it out.